Did I tell you the other day the UPS guy showed up and knocked on the door and I answered and he was like, "Lovely weather," which was correct and true. And then he told me that
Mm-hmm.
the frats were outside on the porches drinking, which that always happens the minute it gets nice.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a sign up that said "honk and we'll drink," as if they weren't going to already do that.
That's a C. That's a C.
Oh, shouldn't even bothered.
We have to go to the right.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
6 maps for the final mission.
Oh, jeez. Some guy up there. Or no, he's inside.
Mm-hmm. Dude over there.
What was that noise?
Worthless.
Mm-hmm.
It's so obnoxious that you have to grind for these people. It should just be like a scaling up.
I just kind of wish... Yeah, I just kind of wish that there were some harder... Like, these missions should be A and S rank Wonderlands, but it's usually like 2 dudes in each mission that are good out of like 20.
What's going on?
Nothing. You're tired is all.
Oh.
Oop, I shot past him, that's why.
Okay, so
C,
all the way back
C.
in
D. Ugh.
C, yeah. So all the way back in like the second update for this LP, like where I'm standing, I pointed out these footprints. They're Monster Hunter footprints.
Are they supposed to be the little raptors? Because,
Yeah,
Alright.
they're the little Velociprey footprints.
awesome.
I love that there is foreshadowing for that in the second update.
Scope of this
That's
operation.
actually amazing.
Stay out of the water. That's beyond the scope of this operation.
It's beyond the scope of this operation. You can't fish.
I will fish if I want to. With my trank.
Two dudes now.
Nice.
S in medicine.
Nice.
C in cooking.
Ugh.
This man, however, is fabulous.
I must have you.
Oh, design spec.
You must join my team.
PTRD 1941. That's the other anti-tank rifle, and also the better of the two.
Good to have. I already knocked him out when we were on the other side.
Yep. I was like, wait, were we just here? What? I was really confused. Does that guy suck?
Yes, he sucks.
Oh,
That was the softest lob for that, that grenade ever. I like that I've discovered you can just shoot them twice. As long as you're not hitting their helmet, actually. It's better if you just get their body.
yep. It's better just for body shots instead of actually shooting them. Oh, oh, you got
I'm
him.
just sniping everyone, don't worry. Let's see what this guy is. C in intel,
C fighting.
B in intel.
A and R&D.
Oh, yes.
Gimme, gimme.
That's what I like to see.
It's like the second I see A and R&D, like crazy sirens just start going off.
Wee woo.
Like we just found the grand prize. Actually, I'm thinking of the Price is Right theme when I.
Do 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 do.
Mission complete.
Whew, that's gonna be obnoxious to run through.
Base will be thrilled.
Especially like what, that second or third map that's a ton of dudes.
Well, that last one that we just did is gonna be bad. Although actually, maybe it won't be so bad if you have your infinite bandana on and the stealth grenades.
Yeah.
So long as your aim is true, I think we'll be fine.
Now I will take a look at the PTRD. Yeah, so these anti-tank rifles are what we want for a specific helicopter fight, so we can just blow the canopy off right away and just immediately trank the guy in the cockpit.
Nice.
Might be an S rank, maybe.
Maybe. Perhaps.
You did it. Keep it up.
Hooray!
Yeah.
And since we S ranked all 5 of the stealth missions, you unlock the stealth camouflage.
Rank 5.
Yep. Can't get it if you just S rank the final one. You gotta S rank all of them.
Every month, Mother Base throws a party for all whose birthdays fall.
It really is just a freaking clubhouse.
Nothing strange about
Oh, I love
organizations
this.
having parties. Really though, it is just an excuse to drink and make noise.
I just
awesome.
love that they are
It is not easy
just
to get alcohol
such
or
pals,
force
everybody in Mother Base. Everybody knows everybody.
Days they are training
This
for
is how they get all the
non-stop.
cardboard boxes. They're just ordering drinks.
Yeah.
That is why Snake and
Boxes
Miller
and
came up with the
boxes
idea, to give
of
everyone
beers.
a chance to let loose. Obviously, a bunch of boars like that are not going to bother with blowing out candles on a cake.
They shoot him with a shotgun.
Boars. You know, like, I don't get her character,
Meat, how tasty
exactly.
and swap crude insults about one another's home.
They don't do classy things like blow out candles on cake, even though kittens are stupid. Like, I don't understand.
It is funny. You have got members of FSLN rubbing shoulders with the UCLAs. People who once would have considered the other mortal enemies. I wonder if that is what makes Big Boss so popular. In leaving their countries behind, they leave their hatred for other countries too. Miller seemed a little protective of me.
Poignant.
Hope they're not being too crude, he said. But soon enough, he too was drunk. He yelled, "Come here and take a look at the real Kazuhira Miller." Then dropped his pants and mooned everybody. The
I
other
imagine
soldiers
Miller's
were
a lightweight.
laughing.
Yeah.
Never seen such a crude, ridiculous party before.
Half a beer in.
And yet his butt was really nice.
Laughing and acting the
Major Zero, here's a picture.
I've sent you a magazine.
For some reason, I
It's
began
called
to
A and
feel
S?
all
I don't know what it means.
came here. Fishing with Chico, cooking with Amanda and Cecile, playing soccer, having visitors when I caught a cold. When
I thought you hated that.
thought it,
Come on now. Keep like it's.
I loved it, but it was dumb.
but that is about to end. I cannot imagine he will be willing to negotiate. It seems I am to fight the legendary Big Boss. I do not know if I'll be able to beat him, but if I have to choose between death and defying Cypher, I will gladly choose death. The thought of dying does not scare me, but if I disobey my orders, the fear and despair awaiting me will be far worse than anything I can imagine. It was Cypher who took me in as an orphan, gave me food and a place to live. His orders may have been unreasonable, but I will never repay my debt entirely. It seems I have
Sounds
no
healthy.
choice. I must fight this man. I must fight Snake. Juno Miller, Snake's right-hand man, apparently has got at least one serious weakness.
But
We know it.
He is an insatiable womanizer.
Oh.
He does not
well, that's
bother
just a
me,
ruse.
most likely because he considers teenagers off limits.
It's good of him, really.
But he has hit on
Wow,
every
he's not a
single one of the
pedophile?
female
Crazy.
soldiers here at Mother Base. They ought to be telling him where to stick it, but end up falling for it so easily.
In my butt?
I
Is
think
that what you're gonna
some of it
say?
stems from
I
the
hope
fact
so.
That he is actually not that bad looking.
Oh.
Anyway, today, that nasty habit got him in trouble. He and Snake got into one of their rare fights, and I was there to see it. They
Man.
burst out of the showers, completely naked, screaming cultures. I am no child. The sight of a naked man does not make
I
me
want that as a
blush.
cutscene as well.
Something else.
What a
Maybe
fantastic
this teacher
image.
Snake yelled as he slammed his fists into Miller's chest.
Who punches a man in the
And
chest?
apparently, he had been two-timing someone, and that same someone had gone to Snake with her troubles. As I see it, it is her own fault for letting herself be deceived like that.
Oh, good.
If she is too dumb to see through Miller's lies, then she got what she deserved. But this was not the first time it had happened, or the second, and Snake read Miller the riot act. Miller argued back, and what began as a shouting match turned into a...
I really wish the argument was over something really stupid and trivial.
Miller yelled
I'd like to have this just
Like-
even as like a tape.
But not good enough. And then he was
Yeah.
back on the offensive. They had already been at it pretty hard in the showers, and their bodies were covered with bruises. Both of these men had been trained for war. Their bodies.
Now punch you in the dick.
They were
Not if I punch you in the dick first. Hiya!
all this from a fist fight.
And then he karate chops Snake in the dick.
It was far less
That is not what you advertised.
It was obvious that one of them
I was only prepared for a punch.
were they fighting for real. Miller took another swing, yelling, "Try this!"
Try this on for
Snake
size.
turned, then responded in kind. But I could tell he was not aiming for anything vital. "You are one tough bastard."
No, don't punch my butt.
A smile crept across his face.
It's one of my favorite things from
Then
home
they went
movies.
right on fighting.
Is
Blooded,
Brendan gets in a, if he's getting ready for a fight. I think it's Brendan. I don't know, but he's someone asks him, "What are you gonna do?" Punch his butt. What are you gonna do? Punch his butt again. All right, let's get away from the butt.
Yeah.
I just saw I love that.
They were not playing by the rules. How could they keep this up? At last, the two men tired themselves out, and the bizarre scene came to an end. They looked at each other's battered bodies, and then burst out laughing, embracing and congratulating each other on a good
And they
fight.
curled up like
All
baby
naked?
cats, and the soldiers put a nice blanket on them, and they took a nap.
But somehow, I got the sense that for all his womanizing, Miller really only trusted one person, and that was Snake. There was no way I could ever come between the two of them, and at that thought, I began to feel as if I had lost. All of Mother Base is preparing for a festival. Since Snake and his soldiers spend so much time fighting,
I don't know. This sounds like
one day a year for
less
peace
fighting, more partying.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know all the details, but apparently that is what Snake and Miller decided. These soldiers love the idea.
More
of
like what
course.
Miller just
There is so little fun to be
suggested,
like,
and Snake was
that
coerced
everybody
into.
looks forward to events like these.
Don't you think we should have some sort of? Yeah, sure.
But somehow
Hey, boss.
I got
Shouldn't everybody just be able to,
getting
let loose? Again, every
we
month?
both have peace in our name, said Miller. And Zadarnov, that old Ruski's name, has
Hey,
something to do with
it's
peace
like
too,
a
right?
much slower
Hey,
cover
as long as
of
we're having a day of
Paz's final
peace,
boss
we
theme.
gotta get an act together. The three
I like this
Peace
better.
Band. I was joking.
There's a 25th Metal Gear Anniversary soundtrack, and they have a really nice cover of this song. It's kind of like this one, but better.
Okay,
Apparently,
I'll have to check it out.
he had
It's
heard me
really
on the deck one
relaxing.
day, and since then, he's wanted to form a band. Everybody's looking forward to it, so there is no way for me to back out now. I have never done anything like this, but it does feel kind of nice to know that people are looking forward.
Where was that huffy attitude from before, Missy?
It cannot be any worse than Miller's singing. But modifications to Zeke are already finalized,
There it is.
and I must complete my mission. Betray Cypher now, and I will face a fate far worse than death. Still, there's no need to put things in motion just yet. What difference would it make to just wait a little while longer? A whole day of peace. The mission can wait until after that.
I kind of wish it wasn't so ham-handed.
Delaying the inevitable.
You could get a little bit better of writing in here, and you'd have a nice transition into like someone who's conflicted.
Yeah.
Still,
It's too bad it kind of like,
just come up with
to
some
keep
way
the
to solve
twist
Cypher.
with
At least
Paz.
it's our day of peace.
Well, I mean,
When did I start having thoughts like this? My cover is blown. They know nothing of Cypher or my true objective, but they know I am a spy. There is no more time left.
Who knew?
Now.
I mean, Miller kind of already knew, always, but how did she discover this? Because when she shows up, Snake's like, "No, get out of there! What are you doing?"
Miller's already finished
Huh.
writing the song. It is called Love Deterrent.
so that's where the final boss theme comes from.
Cannot express
It was the song she was gonna sing at the
Jeez.
concert. Yep.
I am no pro, but I'm pretty sure I would do a decent
Oh,
job.
that's actually hilarious, and also doesn't make sense at all. I thought it's just him and like a couple dudes on bass. He's got like a shitty guitar, and some dude has a bass and just a drum set. Not whatever ridiculous synthesizer, whatever happens.
Typical. when they found out Zeke was complete. I was ordered to execute the operation immediately. If I was going to enjoy just one day of peace, I had to ensure the plan could not move forward. I tried to sabotage Zeke. I thought by damaging the drive system, they would have no choice but to delay their plans. I waited until midnight, and then snuck into the hangar. There would be trouble if it looked like sabotage. I selected one of the drive system's load-bearing parts and carefully worked to warp its shape. The leg's drive system requires a high degree of precision to operate. Even the smallest deviation would...
But yeah, I do wish there was less ham-handed... Oh yeah, this is how her cover got blown. Because Chico catches her.
Oh, I see.
And that, like, after you beat Paz, there's that extra call with Chico where he cries about how he saw her with a gun, but he didn't tell anybody because he was too scared or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I do wish the writing was less ham-handed, because Paz could have been a good character. If she wasn't so absurdly anime and was more like a real person, maybe, that was likable beforehand.
Was it incredibly boring in all her tapes?
Yeah.
Knows I am not who he thought I was.
If she had more of a personality aside from being,
What I was doing.
I love
There's no
peace.
chance he does not
Let
know.
me tell you about what is in the area.
All I have
Costa Rica.
And if Cypher has another agent among them, if he finds out I tried to sabotage Zeke, this place will no longer be my heaven. Then it is settled. I make my move now.
That's kind of a good question. We're just hiring all these guys willy-nilly.
So Zeke
Who
should lead the
knows?
operation.
Any one of these could be
He
also
might not
Zero's
run at full
men.
speed or power,
Mhm.
but I do not have time to fix that. Without Zeke, I do not have a chance in hell of winning. I must act fast before Chico sounds the alarm. I knew it would come to this. I just did not think it would be so soon.
God, you know what would be awesome now? I wish the final battle, and you had no idea until the end, this part, but the arena in which you fight
Metal Gear
Zeke.
active.
Was where the concert was
Yeah,
gonna be.
and it was just completely decked out and decorated.
Yeah.
And you get to the level and you do it and you're like, why? What the fuck is this? And then you realize what it is once you get to the tapes. That would have been really awesome. I would have
Yeah.
loved that.
So yeah, that's all of Paz's tapes, and now you know what was going on with her. What was up with the song? There's only one tape left, and you unlock it when you beat all the missions.